like to invite Dr. Kerchner to join us, if you could.
If only.
You can go ahead and stay right there.
By the way, one of the pictures up there is of the 1993 trio playing somewhere on there. So first, a huge heartfelt thank you to Elisa's family, to her parents for opening up their beautiful home to all of us. Thank you to Elisa and Jeff who organized this wonderful, elegant reception in Stephen's honor that showed such respect for his beliefs. They didn't let us do anything, and we know it involved tremendous planning and effort. I offered, but wouldn't take anything. Thank you to all the others who worked so hard to ensure that this would be a meaningful and moving celebration of Stephen. And thank you to those who came from near and far, I think Sweden wins the prize, to honor Stephen, including his band director, Mr. Simon, and his former teacher, Mr. Edelbrock and Mrs. Edelbrock. As Joe said, Stephen would have loved being here with his family and best friends, and especially being able to eat everything. Thank you to Denny, who did teach trumpet to all three Kerchner men, and Laura, who accompanied Stephen and Daniel many times. I still have that cassette tape, and my husband digitized it and turned it over to Joe, who put it up on a YouTube, a private YouTube channel, and Joe added the actual sheet music. And when I went to listen to it, I can't tell you how many times I've listened to it, it's a really hard piece. It sounds hard, but then you look at the music and it's really hard. Joe, Mike, and Jonah, what a beautifully played, marvelous tribute that brought back the fond memories of Joe, Mike, and Stephen playing in Wembley Stadium in London in 1993 with us as chaperones as always. Daniel was on college break, so he came, and Stephen's grandmother, we were in the audience. Jonah, I know that Stephen is bursting with pride to see you playing in the trio. And above all, thank you, every one of you, for being Stephen's friends, for the unflagging support and love with which you surrounded him in the years preceding and during the difficult 5 years of his illness, not being shy to tell him how much you loved him, even the guys, and I assure you the feeling was mutual. While Shakespeare wrote, "Faithful friends are hard to find," Stephen was blessed to have this incredible group of caring, faithful friends. Demonstrating the depth of that friendship and appreciation for everything that Stephen was, one dear friend wrote to Stephen in his last days a note that we will always cherish, and I'm sure Stephen did especially because he was a big Simpsons fan, which has made its way to the plaque. And the note said, "Montgomery Burns called. You've been nominated for the Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Excellence Award. I'm pretty sure you'll win. Your friendship and love meant the world to him and to us. Thank you." Now, there's one announcement I was going to make, which I still will, at the concert, but I understand not everybody is coming to the concert, so I wanted to give you a preview to share you with it. We're going to announce at the concert the annual Stephen H. Kerchner Memorial Scholarship to be presented to the band senior who best demonstrates Stephen's qualities of leadership, modesty, kindness, sense of humor, and mentoring. Remembering birthdays was a big thing, but I couldn't put that into an attribute. And if you think we are biased as parents, Stephen was described this way by teachers, friends, and work colleagues throughout his life and many, many times since his passing. Thank you all for being here and sharing this wonderful occasion with us.
I'll just introduce myself.
There isn't much to say that hasn't been said, but I did prepare these words earlier, so I'm going to go for it. have others say. The first thing I thought of today was just about how a man is judged by the company he keeps. Sorry. So today, just seeing all of you, it just reminds me how amazing he was and how much we miss him. But the opposite is also true, that because we all know how great he was, you know, you're all pretty great too. So anyway, the thought that has gone into today was just beyond words. So I'm so grateful. Thank you to Elisa, her parents, for hosting, to the rest of the people who contributed, Jeff and everybody else. It's amazing how much this event evolved from the initial idea. It's just amazing to have so many people here and to have such a special event together. Sorry, I want to go off script, but I'm going to stick to it because I know I said everything I want to say. So thank you for all of you who took the time to be here, whether it was around the Beltway or from across the country or from Sweden. Steve would be so proud of this gathering, knowing that you're all in touch and coming together to celebrate him and your friendship with him. Not only that, but he'd be so proud of Jonah for getting up and taking the stage with Mike and Joe. Of course, he would rather be here himself, but I mean, this was just an incredible thing to look forward to. So, remembering Steve with and through all of you, his closest friends, family members, co-workers, has been so comforting and meaningful to all of us this past few months. I hope our connections and conversations continue well past today, so we can help keep Steve's memory alive and be inspired by his best qualities and talents. It means so much to the kids, whether they realize it or not, and to me, to hear funny stories about Steve, to hear about the advice he gave you, to learn about the special things he did to make a mark on your lives. That helps us move forward without him, because it helps us feel his presence and find the answers to the questions that we can't ask him now. So thank you all for being here and for your outpouring of love and support. So that's all.
Thank you so much, Rachel and Mrs. Kerchner and Mike and Joe and Jonah, Dr. Edelbrock, Ms. Clark, Ms. Edelbrock. Thank you. Thank you, Elisa, for bringing all these people together and all of the thought and love that went into this event. And your presence here just means so much to everybody. We are all now going to attempt a maneuver known as everyone drives to TJ at the same time. Hopefully you're able to extract your cars. The concert starts at 7 p.m. There will be some special Steve-related components to the program. So I hope you all are committed to a high school band program in which none of your kids are playing, which is a lot to ask of anyone. But I think it will be really nice. The plaque that I think was mentioned, we're going to present this as a sort of token to remember Steve, and the scholarship will be announced. And there's a special piece that the band director actually thought of to commission for, or to dedicate to Steve. So it should be a really nice event. We will have to get through the logistics of our drive over there, but it's a short drive, and so hopefully we can start now because the concert is soon. So thank you so much.